Hey everyone, Jedediah Thomas here. Today I wanted to talk about how your mind is like an onion, right? It has layers. And before I go any further, just be sure to like and subscribe for ongoing content about your mind, the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, traumas, limiting beliefs, and healing. So your mind is like an onion, has a lot of layers, or if you've seen Shrek, it's like a parfait, right? So basically, when people come to me for healing, they have a specific goal in mind, right? They want to focus better. They want to do more work without getting distracted. They want more confidence, right? Whatever it is, right? So that's their kind of stated goal. And then as we start working together, the mind has its own agenda, right? So your goal is I want to focus, right? And your mind's goal is I want to feel better, I want to heal, right? So the first thing that we'll crack into is whatever presents as the biggest or most painful problem that you're going through, right? Like the one incident in your life that you just can't move past regardless, right? It's in quote unquote the one thing in your life that if you could just if you had never had to go through that, then your life would be totally different, right? That's the thing that your mind wants to get rid of. And so we'll start with that, right? And immediately after a session, immediately after I remove that trauma or that limiting belief, whichever it is, you will feel amazingly better, right? Like it will feel like a burden has been lifted off of you. It will feel like this event, which has plagued you for however many years or decades or whatever, is gone, right? It's just totally gone. All the pain, all the emotion around it, nada, right? It doesn't exist anymore. And then so that may or may not contribute directly to your stated goal, right? So your stated goal is to focus, right? And that event, while it may be the most painful event, may not actually be the thing that gets you to focus better, right? So we'll do a session, we'll scrape off whatever's on the top, right? Now you heal for a few days, right? Your mind kind of restructures itself. It drains the trauma and then you start to, heal and it rewrites your entire reality. And then so the next session that we meet up, there's another layer, right? The next painful thing, right? The thing that it was so painful, maybe you forgot about it, or you had amnesia, or you've been burdened by it for so long you didn't even remember it was there. And that new trauma that was sitting on top of it that we already resolved, now that that's gone, this new stuff starts to bubble to the surface, right? And new in the sense that it's just not, it wasn't the thing of the day, right? And so that all that repressed emotion, all that repressed trauma starts to come up, and we scrape off another layer, right? Now, this can keep happening really depending on how many traumas, how many limiting beliefs you have. If you have a lot, it may take a few sessions to get down to whatever layer is causing that lack of focus. However, after each session, you will feel amazingly better, right? You'll feel burdens lifted that you didn't even know were there. You'll feel lighter, you'll feel happier, you'll feel more confident, more joyful. And that's a direct result of removing the traumas and the limiting beliefs. So um, basically, the point is that if you only have one contributing factor to that lack of focus, then it will only take 5 minutes to get rid of it, right? But if you have 100 different things that contribute to that, then it'll take 5 minutes per thing, right, and knock them out. And eventually, we'll tip the scales to the point where you can focus without any distraction whatsoever. You are clear, right? When you start to work and you think about work, you're not being pulled away by all of these painful programs, limiting beliefs, traumas, all of these things that are normally going on inside your head. So, what all this ultimately means is that when you come to me, right, you have your goal, but the most important thing for your mind and for you is to heal, right? And so we'll heal as much as is necessary to get to your stated goal, right? So if it takes one thing to knock that out, now you can focus, good. You're good to go, unless you want more healing, right? But if it's like 10 things, then we've got to knock out each of those 10 things, right? But along the way, you'll be healing, you'll be happier, you'll be healthier, right? Some of my clients have reported immediate reductions in stress, immediate improvements in sleep, eating better, like you name it, like the list goes on. There's a lot of benefits to healing. And I can generally describe a base level of improvements that you'll have, but sometimes your traumas and limiting beliefs are so ingrained in different areas of your life, you'll get improvements I didn't even know you were going to get. So, like, there's no cap on what possible improvements you might have. But just the way the mind is structured, like an onion, like a parfait, right? We go layer by layer. What is the thing that needs healed the most? Heal that, get rid of it, go to the next layer. What's the next thing that needs to be healed the most? Get rid of that, go down to the next layer, right? And how many layers there are really depends on what's happened in your life, right? If you've had, like, your life was totally fine, you had no problems whatsoever, and then you had like a car accident, and then from that moment your life has been screwed up, then that's probably the one thing that we need to fix. But if you have like a history of childhood abuse, domestic violence, rape, you name it, whatever it is, right? Or if you served in the military or whatever, you have a lot of compound traumas, then it might take a little bit more time to get through them. But every single thing that we scrape off, you'll be better and better and better and better. So that's kind of a breakdown of how your mind works, and just setting realistic expectations. Everything that we get rid of, you'll feel better, you'll feel lighter, and you'll feel more confident. And then, so that's the primary outcome. And then the secondary outcome is whatever your stated outcome is, right? You're trying to do something, you're trying to focus, you're trying to cold call, you're trying to knock on doors, whatever it is, we'll get there, right? But just enjoy the journey of healing along the way to get to that point. All right. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, any requests for content. I'm going to be making a lot more videos on here, so just tell me what you want to see and I'll make it happen. All right. Bye.